signs in my home that I am neurodivergent and suffer from, struggle with executive dysfunction. So this is the first one. This is my kitchen, and I had some damp-proof course done 3 years ago. 3 years ago, and ever since then I have been meaning to paint over it all, repaint it all, but I haven't been able to do it. I just haven't, and the reason for that is that I make it a much bigger job, because the autistic part of me is going, yeah, okay, well, I can paint these walls, but if I do that, I'm going to need to paint the ceiling as well, because that's a bit of a mess. But then, if I paint the ceiling, that's going to be a real problem, because I will then struggle with neck pain from putting my head back and all that sort of thing. And I make it such a big job that's it. I don't do it then. Go straight into overwhelm. The other thing I really want to do is do my work surfaces, which are in a terrible old state. They're all faded, and the kids have moved out now, but there was just like a new ring mark every day. And I've actually got as far with this as buying a small sander and some very expensive wood oil, but I cannot bring myself to do the job, because again, in my head, I've then gone, yeah, but think about all the dust that's going to go into all the cupboards, and then you're going to have to wash everything, and it's going to be blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so I think it's an area of development for me to kind of be able to safely ring fence off a task and go, no, it's just that. You only have to do that. Just do that one thing, and that will be enough. Good enough is good enough. So also over here, this is it was some sort of, I think it was trying to tick off things. I was trying to gamify the habits that I've now built. So sort of going to the gym, doing 8,000 steps a day, eating my protein, all that sort of thing. And you can see that I started this at the beginning of April, and yeah, it's just sort of sat there abandoned. I need to take it off, really. These are some of my emojis that I have. I have different emojis. So when I go into my luteal phase, I did this with the girls as well when they were home. We have kind of different, just to sort of let people in the household know what's going on. That's that. Inside the fridge, of course. Now, I have of late really leaned into, since I've been single, my autistic kind of, it's ADHD as well. It's just eating the same thing every day. So here's my fridge. And I've decided to have melon this week, so I've prepped a buttload of melon. I drink a lot of water, so there's my water. I always have eggs for breakfast, so there's all my eggs, making sure I'm getting my protein and stuff. But it's kind of an empty fridge in a way. It's just sort of filled up with sauces. But essentially, I just eat the same thing every day. This week, I'm going to have eggs for breakfast as usual. I have like a protein shake. There's my almond milk to make my protein shakes. Protein shake for lunch, and then for dinner, it's going to be chicken with Mediterranean vegetables. And I know that I will just really enjoy having the same thing every week, and it's great. Sorry, the same thing every day, and it's really, really good. Yeah, definitely recommend that, actually. Lean into that. I've also got down here this week's veg that I have chosen to rot in my crisper. I've actually got last week's lettuce still hanging in there, still fairly crisp. But I've bought a whole new load of lettuce to not eat as well, and some cucumber to go all squishy in the crisper. So who knows whether I'll actually eat my veg or I'll completely forget to do that. And here's another sort of giveaway. So here's my lounge with, oh look, a lovely plant. And then, the one that I wasn't able to keep alive. This poor bugger, he's been going about 10 years, and all his little shoots all the way up got kicked off by children's feet. It used to be at the end of the sofa, and but somehow he survived. But this poor chap, who was quite amazing really when he was alive, but he died about a month ago. And of course, so it's been there for a month dead. Have I put it out yet? No, I haven't. So I haven't been able to do that, but I'll have to get rid of it at some point. And yeah, I don't know if you guys are obsessively private, but I am. I absolutely love to control the amount of light that comes in and who's looking in and that sort of thing. And I've only got like other houses across the road anyway. It's nothing spectacular. But I don't like intense sunlight. And this is south facing. So I've put this this film up, and it's really, really good. I just get a more soft light. But I think that's a neurodivergent thing for me, is privacy and managing light is really important. So yeah, there's a few neurodivergent things in my home. I wonder what it's like in yours.